And I've got another cool little trick for you. It involves a British penny, which was once in circulation. It's a rare coin, but beautiful no less, and a $50. The audience can examine these coins all day and can check them out, and we proceed with the trick. So they're checking those out. Now, what we have is we have both coins, and we're going to try something very interesting. I asked for a spectator who can help me out. They say they're willing. They're right here. And I say, here, I'm going to give you both coins. Can you hold out your free hand? Or are you left or right-handed? They would say either hand. Let's say right-handed. Okay. I want you to hold on to these coins and hold it up tight like that. Now, since there's no other spectator, we'll leave my hand right here. And I ask the spectator, can you actually, what I want you to do for me is I want you to remove one of the coins. Either one, and just place it on top, and they do so. And in this case, it is a $50. So we got the $50 right there, and I said I'm going to try something interesting. $50 right here, and I'm going to get this coin back into your hand without you even feeling it. Hold your hand tight, and they do. This would be the spectator's hand, not mine. They're holding on to it tight. I showed the $50 very fairly up to the last second. You can see it, and all it takes is a little bit of a wave. And you can start to see that it starts to look a little bit like a copper coin. I now have the copper coin. And they can open up their hands and see that the coins have changed places. My name is Dan, and I hope you have a good one. Thank you. Hello everyone, Dan here, and I've got a little trick with two coins, a silver $50 and a copper coin. This is a British penny, which used to be once in circulation. So you hand these coins normally be handed out to spectator, and they can examine them to their heart's content. And then we continue. I'm so used to doing this standing, so I might adjust between standing and sitting for this effect. We've got the copper coin and the silver coin, both of them, and we would involve a spectator. I would ask them to hold out their free hand, whichever it would be, and they would do so. They would hold on to the coins, no sleeve work, as this would be actually in their hand, and you ask them politely if they can remove one of the coins of their choosing, top or bottom, and they do so. In this case, it is a silver $50. We get the $50, and we say, I'm going to try something amazing. What I'm going to try is I'm going to try to get this coin back into your hand without you even feeling it. Check this out. I'm going to show it up to the last second very fairly. You can see the coin, like so. And all I have to do is just give it one of those waves. A little wave, just like that. And it'll actually start to look like a copper coin. And if the copper coin is right here, then the silver coin must be right here. Pretty amazing how they just switched places. My name is Dan, and I hope you enjoyed that little effect. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the performance of the copper-silver transposition. It's my, I believe, take on it. There's so many versions out there, but there's some unique ideas I added to it that hopefully make it original, since while we're publishing it publicly. And also I'm going to include a bonus idea at the end. It's called a silver to rubber idea. We'll include at the end. But for right now, we got these little beautiful transposition. So for this, all we need is a silver, a $50, a copper coin, and another $50. So two $50 that are very, very similar, identical, basically. They don't have to be exactly identical, but just similar enough. So it's not like a house on here and an eagle on another, and a copper coin. About the exact same size. So this is a British penny that I use. The setup is that you have one coin in the dominant hand, in finger palm. I say dominant because I'm left-handed. The other two coins are just on the table, or you can just remove them from your pocket. You could actually have this whole thing set up in like a sandwich. And it could be silver, copper, silver. And when you go to your pocket, you get the coins out, You just pop out these two and set them on the table and hand them out to spectators, and you're all set up. So basically, you can just have these coins in your pocket. It's basically impromptu. Cool. So we get the coins, pop one off, set these two on the table, have them for examination. They examine them. We're good. Now we're going to do setup for the Bobo's coin switch, but with 2 coins. You'll see what I mean. You've got both coins, the silver coin, or the $50 in the finger palm, and then we have the 2 coins right here. We can do a little momentary flash, rotating with the first and second fingers, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get this upper copper coin, and it's going to be behind the $50, which is in front. It's lower and in front. Copper coin is in back. This will aid immensely for the switch that's about to happen. So it looks like this, and from the back, this. Good, good. So what we do is say we're going to ask the spectator to hold out their hand, or the left-handed or right-handed, you could ask. Buys you time for the move, and you do the move while you're asking them, or they're responding, because they can't process 2 things at the same time. So here's what we do. We ask if they're left-handed or right-handed. They hold it. You say, okay, I'm this hand. Hold out your hand. And as you're doing so, or as the moment's happening, not after, but during the moment's happening, you get the copper and silver coin, and you toss the silver coin. As you toss the lower silver coin, you're retaining the upper copper coin. Hopefully you can see this. I'm doing slow motion if I can. Dropping the lower $50, retaining this $50 that's in your hand. It doesn't matter if there's sound, because you're going to actually make more sound right now. And you're retaining this $50, the British penny, and you're letting the other $50 fall. So again, it'll look like this, and then I'll do up to speed. $50 from behind. Sorry, British penny. I confuse these two. British penny from the behind, $50 in front on the lower one. And you drop this $50 as this copper coin gets pulled back, and you drop both $50. One in the finger palm and one in between your fingers. So I'll do it one more time, and then up to speed. Half speed looks like this. And at speed from behind first, it looks like this. Well, not like that. You wouldn't want the coin to fall up. Let me try. I'm tilting the angle, so that's why it's a little bit off. From the front, it looks like so. Copper coin in back up, silver $50 in front down. That's one time. And so let me do that again. That is the Bobo switch, but in this case we're swapping out the British penny again for both $50, and that'll help make the setup easier. That out of the way, we now have the British penny, which is moved down to finger palm and just chilling in finger palm in the dominant hand. Recessive hand has the coins, and we do use our first finger and thumb and say we let them think of one of the coins. They can remove one of the coins and just poke it halfway out, and then they can remove the coins up there. You can do it you can do it with them. This is with the spectator, not you. But however you want to play it out, I just think it's stronger that the spectator does the action. They can check it out. Silver $50. You take the coin and say, I'm going to show you something amazing. This is a psychological byplay, which was the strongest part of John Scarney's copper-silver transposition. I think it was the strongest part of his effect. It was the words, not the actions. Here's the idea. We get the silver $50, and when we do, and you show it, and you can display it. So we take it. British penny is being held in between finger palm, but you get an open display as much as you can towards the audience. You're going to practice in the mirror to adjust it just right. It's an Eric Jones thing, that subtlety, and it was a really cool one. He used very commonly as a poster child move of his. So we got this position where the copper coin is actually right here, but just being hidden just by the fingers right here by an angle. It's not that angle sensitive. It's like 180 right here. But you wouldn't want anyone to attack you. And then we get to, from here, we'll let the coin fall into near classic palm. Basically classic palm, because we are going to classic palm it. And we display the $half one last time. We then put the two fingers, the second and third finger, pressing on the $half as we turn the hand. And we're going to do a one-handed coin switch, which looks like so. Second and third finger, press on it as your hand turns. Makes it a little bit easier. You don't want, try to practice so the coins don't talk. The $half is now retained in the classic palm. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just held enough so it's not flashing. Now the copper coin can be pushed and it's free. Okay. And now we do a waving motion. So it looks like this. Okay. And so I'll do it again. Copper coin right here. $half right here. Let the coin drop. Display it. Not flashing the copper coin. You then do, without the coins talking, the classic palm, the $half. Give it a wave. And then you can slowly show that the copper, you've changed the silver coin into the copper coin. Up to speed, looks like this. And be mindful of your angles when doing this. You don't want to do it up here and then flash that coin. And you got that. Pretty dang smooth. Or go like this. You don't want to do that. So you have it downwards. Just be aware of your angles. You can do a little twirl, a coin twirl, and show that coin. Set on the table, or just display it downwards. I fooled a lot of, surprisingly, I fooled a lot of magicians with this. What? Fooled a lot of magicians with this one. Set the copper coin down, and you can relax if you want. It's if you have a table, you can't really relax it. You get, it looks weird. But in standing, I can relax this $half down to a finger palm, and you got more byplay here. You can do a lot more with this. Just opinion. I like finger palm better than I like classic palm. And then, so we've done, let's go back to the moment. I know I'm sidetracking a lot. Done the cool little change, displayed it, gave it a wave, and showed the copper coin, both sides. And then you say if the copper coin is here, then the $half must be over here. And that's pretty amazing. And then you're done. That's it. I remember blowing away people with this effect. I was back in college, side story, and I did this with a penny and a dime. I borrowed a penny and a dime. I had a penny secretly hidden away. You could do it, you could do it either way as long as you know the orientation. And it was just a penny and a dime. I had secretly a penny. I did the routine. And people were so blown away by it that the coin just changed like that, and then it turned into their hands. Two effects in one. First a change, then a transposition, that people are just going crazy over it. It's like a David Blaine effect. Didn't expect that kind of reaction, and to get two hits in one, and it was a huge hit. The only downside is that, it's hard to incorporate into my actual act, as I use copper coins and silver coins intermittently in different uses. But as a standalone piece, this is freaking amazing. My name is Dan, and I really hope you enjoyed this first part. And now let's get to the silver, the silver to rubber idea. The silver to rubber idea is an interesting one, and just something I played around with. If you can find you can go to laundromat is where you'll most likely find them. Maybe a little toy store, and you get a little rubber ball. Put in a quarter, get a rubber ball. And this is just an idea. I'm going to explain the idea as I don't have a rubber ball, sadly, on me. You get a rubber ball, you have it finger palmed, and you're just thinking about something like you're in a thinking position. You get the silver coin, and you're going to use a thumb palm for this. It's rare that I use a thumb palm, but you have to use the thumb palm. And then you have the ball finger palmed right here. And then as you say, I got a weird idea. Can you check this out for me? You show the silver coin. If you just give it a toss. Thumb palm it, and then drop the ball. And then it falls down, and it catches up. And then as you catch the ball, you go do a reverse thumb palm where you reproduce the silver, or the $half. So it goes like this. Get the $half. Drop it, and it comes back up, and then you can reproduce it quite easily. From the back, thumb palm, drop it, the ball comes back up, you catch it, and then the coin falls back into the first finger thumb. You can rotate it, ball being hidden by the fingers. And it looks really cool. Again, from the back, one last time. Down, let the ball fall up, catch it, and then just reproduce it like this. And you can set the half dollar down, put the half dollar away, ditching the ball. It's just a cool little gag, one-off idea that I think is really, really enjoyable and can actually be a good little afterthought to the copper-silver transposition we just did. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. That is the my copper-silver transpo with 2 big hits to it, and the silver to rubber idea. Hope you're having a good one, and yeah, that's another jam session.